But Liverpool have got one gold medal in Florian Wirtz this summer, and there is absolutely zero doubt this man is the top target. And this just seems to rumble on with Newcastle not being able to sign anyone, any attacking players, all the suggestions that we've had as well at Anfield Index. The player wants to come to Liverpool, and that's not belittling Newcastle. That's just if he wants to win now. It's pretty simple how he does that. It does feel now as well, Bart, because he will be 26 soon enough at the same time. He was in the Player of the Year contest. We have got Alexander Isak as the gold medal #1. That doesn't mean he's without red flags, which we've got to talk about, but we've got to say, why is he clear #1 for us?
I think age is spot on. He's nearly 26, right? That's like right in that wheelhouse, isn't it? 24 to 28. If we could have gotten nearer to 24, which I think we looked at him actually as a club a while ago. So yeah, but good age. This is his last big contract. I mean, that's probably fair to say. If he signs a 5-year deal with us, this is it, right? Yeah. So he's good age. He's played in the Premier League. But what did we say about Mark Gay the other day, right? He's literally Premier League. He knows the league, right? That is a big thing to have. Comparing him to, I'll compare him to Jota here. Jota, he's in and around similar to Jota, but Jota does better off the ball, which we'll come on to. And we've already looked at him in terms of the other two. So there were some things that straight away he'll give you that the others won't. All right. If you look at his boxes defensively, I think he's showing up there. As I would say, with Osimhen, he had the interceptions being high. TK had blocks and interceptions high. Yeah. Isak's got none of those, right? So he off the ball is potentially the worst of the three. All right. And I'm not saying he can't defend, but it's just not showing up in the percentiles. All right. Between the boxes, though, this is a lot more like, you remember TK was green, 90th percentile. So Isak here, take-ons, carries are in the 90th. He's got good passing for a forward. Yeah, 77 percentile, passes attempted 70%, progressive passing received 88. Touches in the penalty box 86. These are good numbers, right? So Osimhen was in the 90th for his touches in the box, but hardly anything else in the green. The key stuff in the box, so non-penalty goals, 88 percentile. So better than Hugo, not quite as good as Osimhen, but still, there you are. Non-penalty, 85th. Taking shots, so he's at 79. So that's 3 a game. That's above the 2. It's a good number to have. Shot creating actions, 84. So that's 3 a game. All right. So there is that's a good set, and we don't have to convert because he's in the Premier League, right? So that they are the metrics we're comparing him like for like. Yeah. Who's he compared to? Harry Kane. TK, funnily enough, Mbappe, some lad at Real Madrid, I don't know where you've heard of him, but there's some players there. All right. If we scroll down to his minutes, which is important. So these are just league minutes, which is something to look at, and I think he steadily improved his minutes. Right, when he first came to the Premier League, he was 1-2, 2-2. He's got up to 2-7. If you add on non-league, he's in and around the 3,000 mark, right? So he's in and around a good figure for us. He's not hitting the 5,000s of Mo and BBD, but I think we've lost count the number of times we say the unicorn players, right? They just play week in, week out, and the bust. Touch wood, right? Touch wood. So that's from that side of things. If you look at what the stuff that I would put off for him, is he involved in the passing networks? Yes, he's involved in play. He's involved in certain areas, not as much. He's inconsistent, but Newcastle play a different way to some of the other teams. Remember that they can play a bit on the counter. They can play differently. If we look at his involvement in 14.5 spaces in terms of passes, this is very similar to Osimhen, so not as good as TK, and about the same as Osimhen. So that's kind of where he is passing wise. In terms of how much threat does he give, it's more than Osimhen, not as much as a TK. Okay. Yeah. Pass success in this particular game, 82%, which is pretty good to be honest with you. Threat, whereas TK was over the left half space and in the 9, Isak is in the right half space and in the box, so it's sort of the other side. So you could see maybe Dovetail and Mo. I don't know. Could work that way. But he's showing up, whereas Osimhen wasn't really showing up on the threat map, right? Off the ball, not a lie to you, pretty low figures to even get you some. And if you look at his zones on here, he's not done enough to even get you a zone, right? Whereas at least TK had a little dot. Osimhen had an area to work in, but in this particular game, Isak hasn't done enough to even get an area. XG, we all know he can do the stuff in there, and his shots are in and around the box, which is what you want. Now, the big thing, this is on the stat, how's he performing in relation to XG? So we just said Osimhen pretty much bang on for the last 3 seasons. Yeah. Isak, sorry. So first season in the Premier League comes in at 1 and a bit over. Right, so overperforms his XG, underperforms his assists. Second season, underperforms by 1. So should have scored 22 goals, scored 21. I'll take that, to be honest with you. Assists, should have assisted 3 and a bit, assisted 3. So I pretty much bang on for assists. This season, pretty much bang on. Goals 23, should have scored 22. Assists should have been 5 and a bit, assisted 6. So he's improved to be pretty much par or slightly above for the last 3 seasons in the Premier League, which is something to think about. That when we're talking about our win now attitude, he does that. Yeah. And because people will be shouting at you if you don't mention it, his injuries, these are his injuries, right? So he does miss the most games on average, it's fair to say. He's 13 games a season for the past 3 seasons, right? So you can't shy away from that, but it has improved. Yeah, when he first signed for Newcastle, it was 18 games, and that's a combination, because I think he signed in January, whatever it was. So there's a bit of a half in there. He then missed 12 games, which was their first season in the Champions League back. Yeah. And the whole squad suffered with a load of injuries because they've never played 2 games a week. So they were struggling with how you do that. Yeah. Last season, 9 games. So, and if you look at the injuries, he's got a hamstring, he's got groin, broken toe, can't really do a lot about it. He's got groin, he's got a hammy. So there's a mixture of injury-related issues, which could come back to a knee injury back here, but I don't know the extent of that knee injury. It didn't look that bad to him. He missed 4 games. So performance-wise, no Premier League conversion because he's in the Premier League. He's been pretty much on par with his XG or above for the last 3 seasons, and the same for assists. Yeah. Off the ball, still the same red flag as Osimhen, all right, and the same as the TK. On the ball threat, better than Osimhen, not as good as the TK, but performance-wise in terms of actually scoring, probably as good as Osimhen. Package-wise, I think they're looking for 120, 130 million fee up front.
Suggestions, yeah.
What we're trying to do. And wages, I think you said 220 grand a week, which is about 12 million a season, right? So it's a better package than we would have to lay out for Osimhen, because the per week is less. I mean, 12 versus 16 is a considerable saving. But this is the most expensive fee we'd have to outlay. Yeah. We might be able to offset that, as I think, if we sell a couple of players, that might offset it. So for me, in terms of there's no conversions Premier League, he's as injury prone, and I hate that word, but he's missed as many games as Osimhen, to be fair, give or take, in the last 3 seasons. He's on par in terms of his finishing and his assisting, as where he should be, and he's less wages. So that's why, for me, he's number 1.
And I suppose a few bits on that, and I agree with all of that. I mean, there's no AFCON for him as well at the same time, so against Osimhen, that tips the balance. Injuries keeps getting levelled at Isak, and listen, there's no way me and you can be hypocritical and say there's not a concern when you're laying out potentially, if it comes through, 120 to 130 million for a player that's missed games. That's just a complete lie. But With that being said, and you mentioned it there for everyone that's listening or watching, it's fair to say his injury or games missed is going one way. What I mean by that is 22-23, 18 missed, 23-24, 12. Last season, 9. Now, Liverpool will also bank on the fact with Ruben Peters doing his magic and the way they manage injuries, they can actually get that down. And I'm just being dead blunt and dead frank now, considering Liverpool with the Premier League, the Champions League and all competitions play, call it 50 games or more a season. Someone will be able to tell us exact. If someone said, you're getting Isak for 41 out of the 50 games, I reckon Arne Slot and his team would take that probably, wouldn't they?
Well, I think you're right, because you'd get a player that would finish, that would give you what you want. If you get a player that gives you what you want for 40 games, I think you win the league. To be completely blunt with you, I think you win the league and you go pretty far in Champions League. And the rest of the games that you don't play, you work out. It's that simple, really. And I think that's for 2 seasons, as we talk about. I don't think you can find, well, you probably could find a better option, but right here, right now, in terms of fees and the rest of it, I think for that simple fact to give you 40 quality games, I think this is why I think the club are seriously considering making a bid of 120 million.
Yeah, I think it just when we stack it up, as you said, Premier League proven as opposed to the other two. It does also, we should say, with the fact he is 25 and nearly 26, I know we talk about FSG signings. It is now or never, isn't it, for want of a better word in the Elvis line. If they don't do it this summer, I know people keep saying they could come back next year, but he'll be 26, nearly 27. It does feel like with only a year left to go, the boat may have just moved for others.
Yeah, I think you're right. And also, Hugo might have improved then. To say Hugo stays where he is and he actually levels out his performance, then they might go, do you know what? That 100 million we're going to spend on Isaac last summer, we'll just go and spend it on Hugo. And then you've got him for 5 years and maybe a bit more. And he's giving you the performance you want. Whereas I think if you don't get this guy now, I don't think we get him personally.
Which, we still got to say it will probably be an incredibly difficult deal to do. Yeah. And I think like me and others, many are not convinced we can actually do it. But we will see what Messrs Hughes and Ward pull out. But there we go, ladies and gents. Ekitike doesn't mean he's a bad player, but for all those reasons mentioned, third in the rankings. Osman, a top quality silver medalist. And for now, and needing to win now, we wouldn't be too sad with that at all. But despite any red flags around injuries and other bits off the ball, if Liverpool want the best option we think they could possibly get, and maybe possibly is stretching it, Alexander Isak is the man for that. It is gold for Isak, silver for Osman, bronze for Ekitike. We will see if any of them arrives on the podium there at the AXA. All it leaves me to say is ever is Bart, for the time, the analysis, the insight, for ranking them that way. It is much appreciated.
No worries, anytime.
And ladies and gents, that was another Transfer Market Metrics special for Anfield Index.